All right. Are we live? I hope we're live. All right. Well, you guys can see me, but you're not live on my phone. So that's all right. If Teddy's Gun Shop says we're live, then we're live. Oh, there you are. Okay. Bobby Barlow, Teddy's Gun Shop, Michael Hartneck, awesome Mike Meek. Mike Meek's gonna love this. He's gonna love this. Kyle Ludwig, Bamadad, Del Pogue. Oh my gosh, look at you guys pile on there. You're so awesome. Okay, so what's going on? First off, I'm going to tell you this. Starting next week, I'm going to be getting into 45 auto. I'll be doing 45 auto on my Dillon XL650. I will be, as the month progresses, we'll do 45 auto on the T7 turret. I'm going to do it several different ways. After that four weeks has gone by, I'm going to have a bullet giveaway by Acura Outdoors. So follow along over the next 4 weeks because we're going to have a really fun bullet giveaway. Okay. So for this live stream, what I want to do, first I'm going to start out. Can you guys hear me okay? Can you guys, my audio good and all that? I guess I can turn my phone up and just listen to myself. What I want to do. Oh, there. Okay, that's fine. Here we got. We have. You guys, my audio good and all that. Rollo Tomase, J Rock 7, Kai Ludwig, Loader 762. All right, man. Good to go. Thank you, buddy. All right. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you guys my procedure and how I am cleaning my brass in high volume and real time in my lifestyle. Okay. I've developed a procedure that allows me to keep going in pretty good amounts, and I'm going to show you how I size my cases and just keep the whole thing it's just a never ending loop and works really good. I will start by showing you where I'm cleaning it right now. So once again, before we roll here, letting everyone climb on, starting next week, we're going to start out with the Dillon XL650. We're going to set it up to load some Acura Outdoors 45 ACP 230 grain round nose. The next week we'll be working it up on the T7 turret. And as week by week goes by, we'll be having fun with 45 ACP. At the end of the 4 weeks, there will be a bullet giveaway by Acura Outdoors, a bullet of your choice. So make sure you follow along over the next 4 weeks. On the last week, we'll have a really cool giveaway. So, all right, I'm going to read everybody's name off, and then we're going to get right to it. I want, okay, let's see, I want everyone to type 45 ACP, and I'll call you out. ACP, I'll call you out. Okay, we have Teddy's Gun Shop, Del Pogue, my good buddy, Reloader 762, Big Easy. Oh man, there he is. My good buddy, Bobby Barlow, Mike Meek. He's gonna love this. He's all about high volume Dillons. Okay. J Rock 7. Then let's see who we still missing. There's Del Pogue, Kyle Ludwig, Rollo Tomase, Bamadad, Tay's Gun Shop, Michael Hurtnick. Here we go. All right. So what my goal is with my procedure tonight, not for the live stream, I'm just telling you, um, with working my brass up, my goal is that when I'm loading on my Dillon, I have very few cases that fail my check. And as a matter of fact, any that might fail my case gauge will feed through one of my 1911s. Okay, so I put a system together, and it's taken time to kind of put these ideas together for high volume on demand. Now, when I say on demand, I'm saying I can go from here to my loader and scream them off. When I'm talking on demand, I'm saying I can go from the range to here to the loader back to the range. I'm saying shoot more. So this is how I've done it. I've been reloading ammunition since I started at the age of 14. Cleaned my brass 6 ways from Sunday. I've done every kind of wet tumbling, every kind of dry tumbling there is, and I have found this to be the most effective and efficient way. Okay, so there we go. So this is my vibratory tumbler, and I'm going to get you close up here and let you see this brass. A lot of reloaders. Now let me kind of click the light here so you guys can see that a little bit. A lot of reloaders, they don't do this. For one reason, they don't want the dust. I don't get any dust, none. Like, I will run this tumbler with my lid off all day. I don't have dust all over the garage. Okay, now I do put my lid on, like right now, it's so full that if I run it, I'll start getting little speckles of the media going all over the place. But if I'm not running as much media and as much brass, I won't put my lid on and I won't have dust all over the garage, okay? So that's the first thing. So first off, when you're running a vibratory tumbler, you want your cases to roll. Some guys have a problem with these, but you can overload a tumbler, okay? When I run my tumbler, my cases have to keep moving. If your cases are kind of stuck, going really slow, you've overloaded it. Another thing I do is I use a pick, okay? So at night, what I do is I load this up. I turn it on, and what I do is I put about a cap full of this into this vibratory tumbler. After the live stream, I'll put a link to my good buddy Mark Passmanick. He sells this. Okay, I'll put a link in the description box below. One of these is going to last you a long time. So what you do, you get your tumbler rolling, you get it vibratory rolling, and then you take and you literally drip that in. And then what I do is I mix it, okay? So while it's tumbling, I'm just mixing it to get a fast stir to really get that get this metal polish mixed in there, okay? And then I go to bed, okay? Next morning I get up, I come out here. This is my homemade lube. I really don't need this. This puts a pretty good polish on it, but just a little bit more of this. Now on my lube, I go, normally you can go like 8 to 1. I go 10 to 1, 11 to 1. I thin this out, okay? So in the morning I get up, I'll spray this about, say 10 squirts, and then I'll mix it with this, and I'll go have my breakfast and do whatever and do my stretches in the morning, and then I come out and put another 15 squirts and I mix it, and I go home I go to work for the day. So I turn it on. And I mix it and I go to work, okay? So I get done, come home from work, and I come out here and I open this. And then, now, Dillon makes a larger vibratory tumbler, which would be ideal, especially right now. I'm processing large amounts of cases. Okay, my Dillon, I can size so many cases every night that this doesn't take long. So if I had the larger Dillon vibratory tumbler, I could really scream some brass through here. But then they also have the larger media separator. So this is the media separator. We'll put the brass in there, and we'll spin it. And you go one way, then you go the next way. You don't want to go real fast because you want the media to go in the box. You don't want to go on the floor, okay? So we're going to take this brass. Now, you should unplug this. You should unplug your vibratory tumbler, but I'm on the wrong side of the camera to do that. So I'm going to put it in there like that. Okay, get it all in there. So now I'm going to close it. What I'm doing is I'm watching inside for the media, and there will be a point where the media will stop, okay? So all the media stopped. I'm going to go a little longer. Just like that, okay? So now I'm left with my brass, okay? So now this is what I'm going to do. Do you see this bucket? Okay. I clean this, I wash this bucket out before I start putting this brass in. The trick is you want to keep your brass as clean as you can so we don't ruin our full length resizing die. And I'll be showing you that die when I set this up. So I'm going to put that right there. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to grab a towel. And I'm going to take this bottle, 99% alcohol, rubbing alcohol that is. And now I'm going to give you guys a close-up view of this so you can see how the brass has turned out. That's always a really big question. So now what I do, get a little more on this. I take my isopropyl alcohol and I just spray that, and I roll the cases to get any impurities off. I don't want anything on the brass. Nothing that will ruin a full-length die, okay? All right. Now, that all evaporates off of there because I rolled it. I take this, put it into there. So let's just keep going. So this brass, it feels like silk. It's like taking crystal and taking car wax and polishing it, okay? And it's clean. I mean, it's super clean. But in case there's any extra, you know, anything that would scratch a die that's stuck on these, now, one thing you notice, I'm not separating my brass at this point. Meaning, if I see a 9mm case, I'll pull it. But I'm not sitting here looking for the small primer pockets. And naturally, there's a good chance that I could miss a, you know, a 10mm brass or something like that. Most of this has been shot through my pistols. But a lot of this, when I pick it up at the range when I'm shooting, and I'm picking up other people's brass from the shooting lane next to me, well, you get others mixed in, right? So there can be brass, foreign brass in this, and it can have different primer pockets, different crimps, different calibers, okay? Now, these two pieces of brass that fell onto this counter, I do have, you know, grit on the counter, so I want to make sure I get those cleaned off, okay? So the isopropyl alcohol, it evaporates pretty quick, okay? There we go. That's my brass. Okay. And I dropped some. Let me grab it here. So this is the insides of the two that I just dropped. Okay. So they're not decapped. All right. That means I'm not going to get any of the media stuck in the flash hole. So now what I want to do, I'm going to move this camera. So bear with me, because now I'm going to take you over to my Dillon. We're going to be working off of that Dillon now. So bear with me. Okay. I'm coming over. I don't want to unplug this, so I'm kind of trying to be kind of cautious here. I don't want to lasso anything that I would regret, you know. So, all right. Okay, if you guys would just give me a moment, I'm going to go over and grab that brass, and then I'll be right back. All right, I'm here. So with the loader's gold, it is. So now I can see the comments. So let me get this focused in a little better here. So since I last live streamed, I have finished filling one of these, and this one is almost full. So I'm doing about 250 to 300 cases a day. So, and that's really not a lot. If I had like a larger vibratory tumbler, I could triple that. Okay. The thing is the Dillon turns it into short work. So now, all right. So this is my Dillon 650. Hey, the Golden Child's in the house. Tacos and French fries in the house. Okay. Yeah, you can mention your Mark 7 all you want, because I think it's a beautiful thing. All right. So this is my 650. This is my 750. On my 650, I load my 45 ACP. I primarily run my Acura bullets. That's pretty much my go-to bullets. Okay, right there. And what I run is right there, six grains of unique. Okay, that's my recipe. Okay, so then on my 750, I run my 9mm. What I'm doing right now on my 45 ACP, in about a month, I'll shift over and I'll do on my 9mm. And on this 750, I'm going to do the exact same thing I'm about to show you with my 650. So right now, how I have this tool head set up, I have it set up to where I could literally charge the powder measure, run a couple of cycles, and it is ready to go at 6 grain. From there, I could rock and roll. My dies are all set to perfection. I could just take right off, and this would be cranking out ammunition. Okay, Chef Memo's in the house. So I love power pistol too. It's just that I got gobs of unique, so I have to use it. Anyway, so this is set up right now so I can fully reload 45 ACP. And starting next week, I'm going to be live streaming on this machine, loading 45 ACP. I'm going to show you how to get it all the way set up from the bottom up so we can run our 45. Okay. But the other thing I do is I use this to resize my 45. So I'm going to show you how I convert this. Super simple. One of the things I think would be cool is to have a Dillon just like this, and that's just dedicated to swapping just the tool heads and the shell plate for different calibers, just for what we're about to do. But kind of really redundant in a way. I mean, I think it would be convenient, but then again, watch this. I'm going to pull my pins. Okay. Don't lose your pins. I'm going to remove this Resize die. Now, I got this set up for large. I still save my small primer, primer pocket cases, because those are valuable. Okay. So I'm removing this carbide die. Now I want you to understand that I'm going to be resizing all these cases. That's the whole point of this. But when I set this back up to run next week, I will still have this die set up into there. Even though all these cases are going to get resized, I will still run them through a one last shot resize, meaning all my cases are going to go through 3 resize dies before they get reloaded. Okay, so I'm going to set that die there. And then normally I would pull my op rod off, right? But I've already got it off. So I'm going to pull my tool head off like that. Hey, I want to ask you guys a question. I got a question for you, and I'm gonna read all your answers off. Okay. On a very serious note, if you had the opportunity to stand up in stage in Hollywood and receive an Oscar in front of the world and thank your mom and dad, would you rather get that, or would you just rather Dillon give you a tool head? I want to see what your answer is. Do you want the Oscar, or do you want the real deal, the Dillon tool head? I just want to know. That's what this is like. It's like every time I take these off, I feel like saying, well, I just want to thank my mom and dad, and I want to thank my producers, and I want to, and I want to thank my viewers most of all, for supporting me. So, okay, Del Pogue says, Dillon, EMAG, I'll just call you EMAG. He shouldn't have any problem with that. He's like, toolhead. AR Patriot Nation, Dillon, Chef Memo, I'll take the toolhead. I'm pretty sure that none of you guys watch The Voice. Okay. Or maybe Horny, that's fine. Hey, we understand. No problem. Look at that. I just slipped that tool head in. So in this tool head, I don't have just a die. I have magic. This one is magic. It's the velvet. It's the cream of the cream. This die is the whole reason I process my cases this way. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and loosen this. We're going to talk about dies, how they're manufactured, what kind of die, why is it different, why is it superior, okay? So we know that on a 9mm cartridge case, we have 11 thousandths diameter difference between the mouth and that head. The 45 case has 3 thousandths, okay? The 45 is going to be more forgiving for resizing than your 9. But for the 9 guys, okay, for you guys that shoot the 9s, that, you feel more like a woman. Like, I shoot 45 because I feel very macho manly. But if you're shooting 9 and you're a little more feminine. I mean, it's okay. It's okay, guys. It's okay. Oh, you guys are like, hi boy, gonna pound you, buddy. Okay, so for you 9mm men, your cartridge case is 9 thousandths smaller on that mouth than that base. That means it's Mike Meeks laughing. I knew you would be the first to laugh, buddy. So anyway, um, that means this is kind of you know, like this. It's conical shaped, funnel shaped, right? So one question: how can a one diameter carbide ring that does have some contour to it, how can a one size fit all? Okay, so you see this argument all over social media. You'll hear guys say, well, my brass won't fit my case gauge, but it'll fit the pistol. And all the guys say, shoot it, send it, go. That's fine, okay? Until you have 10 of the same caliber, okay? So what our goal is to take this piece of brass and return it. E-Mag, I'm triggered, and that's no pun. He's not punning around, okay? So calm down, okay? He's laughing. So our goal is to return this as close to a Sammy Min as we can, okay? Keep in mind, just because it fits in your chamber of your pistol doesn't mean it's going to shoot in everybody's. And so if we can, our goal is to do the best job possible. And that's how I came up with the system. So what I do, initially, I run them through this die. This die does two things for me. One, it initiates the first resize step. It resizes the case. But our cases have spring back, a little bit of spring back. And that's why for some guys, they'll load up 100 of these and then they say, well, 7 of them wouldn't chamber. Well, because they sprung back on you. This is a carbide ring. We don't have cam over. Sizes it down, we pull it out, a little bit of it springs back, okay? So now we got the magic. A steel die that is completely machined to the contour of your 9mm case, or in my application, the 45 ACP. The inside of this die is the same dimensions as this brass, except when it sizes this brass down, it's going to size it down under a Sammy Min, a little smaller. It's going to crunch it. That way, when it comes out and springs back, it's somewhere around a Sammy Min. Remember, if this was set to a Sammy Min and we resized this, when you pulled it out, this would expand to about 3 to 4 or 5 thousandths above a Sammy Min, and it wouldn't fit in anything. So what our dies do, our dies oversize it or undersize it. That makes it smaller than a Sammy. The problem with this die is it doesn't cam over. So we run it through this die, we pull it out, and the brass kind of expands. Then we run it in this die, and just like on your rifle, it's going to full length size it, and it cams it over. So it's still going to spring back, but not as much as this, okay? Okay, and Tommy Boy said it, and he said it last time. The steel die also sizes further down on the bottom of the case. And that's the spot that bites the reloader. That's where they don't chamber, okay? So our goal is to set this up to where all this brass is going to hit both of these. The gold to this die is it's a carbide die. You can't hurt that carbide. So you guys saw how I clean these brass off. They're all clean, and then I did one last wipe. But if something happens, I get a chunk on one of these and it goes up into this die, because these cases have a little lube, this die is going to push it off. And by the time it comes around to this die, there's nothing on this. And I slip it up into that, okay? Now, while I'm doing this, I am watching my brass. I always watch my brass, okay? So how this works is, now you guys got to bear with me because I have a kind of a full shell plate here. And so I'm going to pull that one off. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to come up. I'm going to run this die down. And on this die, we don't want any cam over, okay? Once we touch, that's it. Matter of fact, I'm just going to loosen it just a little bit, because we don't want to crack that carbide ring, okay? And tighten that carbide ring. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove this other piece of brass. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to run this redding die down, and I'm going to put just a little bit of cam over. Now listen very, very carefully to me. Don't put much cam over. You don't need it. Just enough that you can barely feel it, and that's all. So we've got a question. Everybody, yes, EMAG, world's finest trimmer. Ha ha ha. There you go, Herschel. The world's finest trimmer in a, oh, I love this guy, in a drill press. There you go. That will do it, okay? The world's finest trimmer, it trims off the datum line of the cartridge case, so it's very consistent. So now I have these two set up, okay? I have my first resized die in position 1. I have my second resized die in position 4. I've done that because they're opposing. I really haven't put a lot of cam over on this, okay? But as our cases go into there, they're going to kind of even out the tilt in the plate, okay? So now I'm going to tell you this. There is a little danger here. The danger is I can get a 9mm case in here, okay? So you got to watch. You just got to watch. And if it jams up, it's just brass. And actually, I'm going to tell you something. If you like using your Dillon, this is just another excuse to pull the handle. This is freaking great. You know what? The Dillons load so much, so fast, so little time. You don't get to use them much. Well, now you get to play with your Dillon. But the other thing is now you get to play with it with the brass. And so if you get jammed up, it's a good way to figure it out and get used to the moving mechanisms, okay? So I'm going to come up here like this. Okay, I'm already on. I'm going to put some brass in here like that. Okay, one last thing. Every few nights, I empty this out. I pull the plate down and I wipe it out. keep your brass clean, okay? Hey, Herschel, I'll try and, I have some videos on that. If you Google World's Finest Trimmer on my channel and Redding T7 turret, you'll find my videos on that. And I have complete case processing for you, okay? So, but I'm going to be visiting that here probably after the first of the year. So I'll be doing a lot of processing for 223 Remington. I'm going 45 auto for right now. Then I'll be about a month into my 9mm, and then I'll be going into my 45 or my 223 Remington. And at that point in time, I will be live streaming that. But I might put something together on a Saturday for you because I'm a nice guy. I don't want you to think I care though. I don't want no, because I don't want you guys to think that. Okay, so here we go. I got my brass in there. And it goes like this. Oh, goes like this, and I jam it. Okay, what's wrong? What's wrong? Well, okay, see what I'm saying? This is a great way to get to know your Dillon without having the powder and the primers and all that. Okay, so I don't know why I messed up. I was messed up from the beginning, guys. Okay, that one's upside down, so you kind of got to watch them. It just, for whatever reason, it fed upside down. So okay, that one was really hard. Did you notice that? Go back and watch that. I was going like this, and all of a sudden, that one was hard. That's a piece of brass that if you only run it through that Dillon die and you don't run it through that full-length die, that's going to be the one that's going to stick. For whatever reason, it's an oversized case. It's ornery. And it's just larger than the rest. And it's kind of hard. And when you come out of the die, it's going to spring back. It just does not want to stay. So we're going to come along like this. Right there. That son of a gun is hard. But now that die, it just crushed it down. That one too. Both those were really hard to, now see, they're easy. There's an ornery one. That one is really ornery. That full length die gets a hold of it, it's done. It's sized and it will fit. I'll wait till we get another ornery one and we'll process it and we'll stick it in the case gauge, okay? That was kind of a hard one. Yeah, that's a hard one, all right. Okay. That was a very difficult one to resize. But because we ran through that full-length die, it's a Winchester. A lot of these ones are Winchester, but that's a very good that's a very good thing to notice. So let's do this. I'm going to go, and when I get one that's difficult to size, let's put it in the case gauge and let's just see, okay? Okay, this is an ornery one. Okay. Oh my goodness. All right. It's a little argumentative going in. It just doesn't want to kerplunk in there like I'd like to see it. So let's just run it. It's a little better, just enough, and that's the problem. That's the difference. Is if you get one that's ornery, goes through that carbide die, and it just doesn't want to slide and remain all the way down, you get enough of those, and next thing you know, they're not going to feed. So you got to kind of think of your firearm like this, okay? Okay. So on a revolver, our head stamp is addressed by the rim. We don't have to worry about head space. We do have to worry about chamber fit. But even if it's tight, we have dexterity and we can slide it into that cylinder. Okay, we can maneuver it in, slip it in, right? But your pistol, do you realize when your slide closes and it rips the case out of the mag and chambers it, that's the same as you taking a cartridge and slipping it into the chamber of your revolver. That's the same thing. The thing is your pistol doesn't have dexterity, and it's dealing with speed, tremendous amount of speed. It will chamber faster than the twinkling of your eye. Do you know what the twinkling of your eye? I'm using a 650. This is 650. The 950 is for my 9mm. I would love to have a 750 for my 45. The twinkling of an eye, we blink at 11 thousandths of a second. Bob Munden used to draw and holster at 6 to 7 thousandths of a second. Okay, if we blink at 11 thousandths of a second and Bob Munden can draw and holster in 6 thousandths, you missed it. True, I watched him and I missed it. He had to slow it down. Okay. A semi-auto pistol loading your cartridge into your chamber is faster than Bob Munden. Think about it. What does your pistol have to do in the blinking of an eye? Okay, it fires, case obturates and seals, bullet exits the barrel, the slide comes back, the extractor pulls the case, ejector ejects it, it cocks, the magazine is in the ready, and your pistol comes and strips the next one off and fully chambers it faster than Bob Munden can shoot. We blink at 11 thousandths of a second. Bob Munden shoots at 6 thousandths of a second, and your 1911 does all that faster than Bob Munden. So now, if we put all that together in our noggin, and we go out and we say, well, why doesn't this chamber in my pistol? Guys, when you're sizing them in your chamber, you're using dexterity. Your pistol can't. Your pistol is forcing it up a ramp. That's like putting a semi-truck backing it into an alley. You say, well, I do it, yeah? Well, now do it really fast. I'm going to hit the buildings and stick my trailer in there. Exactly. So just because you can chamber it with your fingers, the plunk test, that doesn't mean every one of them is going to pass your pistol, because your pistol has no dexterity. Write that on your mirror. Why does my ammunition not chamber? One reason is my pistol has no dexterity. If you're in a gun shop and a bunch of guys were talking and they said, well, you know, it won't chamber. And you said, well, it's because your pistol has no dexterity. They go, what is he talking about? But if you really think about it, we have to come at this from an angle of doing a better job of sizing back to a SAMI minimum chamber. What's the SAMI minimum chamber? The SAMI minimum chamber, basically, I want to come right down to it, it's just as if you bought a brand new piece of ammunition off a store shelf. Yeah, because those work in my gun. Exactly. If a guy has his reloads and they pass the kerplunk test, but they won't chamber, but yet he can go buy factory ammo and they chamber, what's the problem? The problem is resize. That's the problem. Rex Chandler's in the house. Oh yeah, Herschel. He was the man. That right there is a very hard one. Very tight into that die. It still passed, but that would not surprise me if that didn't chamber. Oh, I missed it. Okay. So I have a trivia question. Okay. I'm gonna do something. And then I'm gonna ask a question, and I want to see who gets it right. Okay? I'm not gonna do it unless you guys say do it. I think Mike Meek will get it. I'm going to do something on this machine, and I want you to tell me why it's doing it. You guys want to do this? Let's do it. Do it. I need one more. One more. One more. I got to have 3. I'm not going to be like a politician and just do it. We need the conservative vote. Oh, come on. Oh, man. Oh, I thought I was going to have to be like Biden and just do what I want. Okay. So, okay, watch this. Watch, okay? Why did my machine hang up? Why did my machine just hang up? Okay, watch. Watch. Why did it hang up? Herschel got it. The reason is, you see that case right there? If I push it forward, it'll line up. Watch. If I go all the way forward, that's what pushes that brass into position, okay? But if I short stroke it, sometimes it'll snap into position, other times it just won't, okay? So, on your machines, make sure you go all the way. Hit the punching bag, man. Hit the punching bag every time. You gotta fall through, okay? There we go. Mike Meat, he knows that. Mike Meat, how many Dillon's 650s and 750s do you have? Tell us every machine you have, including your Mark 7, and tell the guys how many rounds you hand load a year, and then tell the guys how many you shoot a year. He has 4 big Dillon machines. Mike Meek has oh, come on. Oh my gosh. EMAG. Limp wrist it really? I don't shoot a 9. Oh, 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 I'm sorry, guys. That's enough 9 jokes for the night. I'm so sorry. RFCC question with the 650. For 223, would you run full resize die by itself? You always resize and then check for your trim. And I do all that on a single stage. I do all my case prep on a single stage, or on my little basic loader, my little 550. Okay. Emac, your feelings aren't hurt. I know you. You're laughing. He's laughing and he's sharpening a knife, going, yeah, yeah, yeah. Keep it up. um, so hey, Mike, send me a picture of your truck. Send me a picture of your truck. I know you've already done it, but I don't want to have to go look for it. Send me your picture, Mike. Oh yeah, 10,000, not 100,000. Yeah, of your truck. I want to show the guys. I want to show the guys. Dude, I'm going to show these guys. Don't be a quitter. You know where I'm going. Okay, so those of you that don't have my phone number, send a text to ground zero reloading at gmail.com with your phone number, and I'll hit you a text back tonight. Hey, put me in your contacts. It's great. Okay, so I love the FW arms. I love all their decappers. It's all I use. Okay, so AR, you use your T7 turret for that, or do you have a Dillon? Okay, I'm going to tell you guys a little something about Mike. Okay, he was driving 70 miles an hour, and someone coming the other way tried to pass. That is his F-150. That person hit him head on at 70, both doing 70. That's 140 miles an hour head on. This is his hand. It shattered his hand. And so Mike texts me shortly after he got the wreck. He wasn't worried about dying. He wasn't worried about having them pull the catheter out. He was worried whether or not he could ever shoot again. He is I'm sorry, 50. So 100 miles an hour. That's still. But Mike, he was concerned that he couldn't shoot and that he couldn't pull the handle on his Dillons. I'm not exaggerating. Am I, Mike? I mean, I'm like, my wife's like, that's what he's worried about. I'm like, I told my wife, this is serious. We shoot. He's got to shoot. Our life's over, you know. But so guess what he ordered? A Mark 7. He can only shoot left-handed for right now. He really can't do all this. So we went and bought a Mark 7 because he doesn't quit. He's and so he's one of my mentors. Totally, Mike. You're one of my mentors. So there you go. Oh, I could get choked up. I am just humbled he's alive. It's like a brother to me. So yeah, 2 surgeries later, I am shooting right-handed and a lot of therapy. Never out of the fight. You're never out of the fight. You're never out of the fight until you quit. Once you quit, you're out of the fight. Fight's done, right? Kind of like sometimes you'll you'll see a professional fighter and you know he's done before he's knocked out. You're like, oh, he's done. Yeah, okay, he's out, right? Not Mike Meek. So anyway, brother, I love you. Okay, so any questions on the live stream and what I went over? Um, that's right, brother. That's right. Any live questions? Um, so now I'm gonna just tell you guys this while I'm watching for questions. What I'm doing is when I get done, my goal is to have about 6 of these. These hold a lot, like 1,500, I guess. But I don't know. I want to have 6 of these, okay? But if you think about it, once I put them in those and put them away, I don't touch those. You see this one? These are the ones that I'm loading next. And what I do with these, okay, I want you to wrap your mind around this, okay? When I'm done sizing here shortly, I'm going to start reloading. And I'm going to load up 2 of these. I have 2 of these that I will load up. And then I'll shoot those. And then I'll bring these back and run them through. These are for years down the road. I'm not going to shoot 5 of these containers and run them all through. Once I put these in here, I'll seal them and I'll put them away. Okay? But 45 auto, how many times can I run these through? Dozens and dozens and dozens. So I'm going to cycle these through dozens of times. And so I'm just getting these processed because I have them and I want to have them ready. Okay. So next month when I do my 9, I want to get all my 9 caught up. And I want to get about 3 of these worth of 9. But I won't be loading into those. I will be loading that. I got some 9 in there, and I've got another one of these over there, and I'll process them, and I'll be loading and shooting these. So now the end result for me is this. With my process now, when I'm ready, I load these, right? Now follow me here. I load these and I put these in an ammo can. I go to the range and I shoot. I blaze away. I pick them all up. I come back. I put them in the tumbler. The next day, or I can tumble these for 45 minutes and they look good enough. So really, if I want, I can put them in the tumbler, clean my guns, put everything up, pull them out of the tumbler, wipe them off, run them right back through here, put them in the ammo box, and I'm ready to shoot. So I have these stored up for decades down the road, and I have these, and my process allows me to have them reloaded for the next time I want to shoot before I go eat dinner. It's just that simple. If I was wet tumbling these, I could never do that. If these had to be wet tumbled, I would load them, then I would shoot, then I would come home. I'd have to decap them. Then, and I couldn't resize them because they're dirty. So I'd decap them, I would wet tumble, I would dry, then I would resize them, and then I could load them. Okay, so this process helps me more trigger time and be more prepared at the range. So, brother, I can't believe you sent me 45. I can't, and I'm grateful for it. I really am. Hey, Mike, do you want to do a giveaway, Mike? I'm going to do Accurate Bullets is going to have a giveaway in 4 weeks. 500 bullets. Do you want to do 545 ACPs on a giveaway? Nice thread. Tread, I like that. Let's do that. I would like to share the love, brother. That's what I would like to do. I really would. You are such a good guy, and you sent me 45. But I would like to share the love with the viewers. So I'll tell you this, guys. In 4 weeks, I'm going to have a box of 500 Accurate Bullet giveaway, and Mike's going to put in 500 um, cases for 45. He might even bless you with a little more because he's got such a big heart, but that's up to him. So someone's going to win the bullets and the brass, and so who would like that to happen? Let's do it, Mike. We'll put it together, and when I draw the name, I'll send you their address, and you can ship it straight. And then they can exchange phone numbers with you, and you have one more awesome friend in life. That's awesome. Okay, we're good. No, okay, um, so um, what I'm about to say. Um, I don't want to get my channel in trouble. How do I say this? Tis the season to get your brass prepped. Did you hear me? I want to see some thumbs ups and 10-4s if you understand what I'm saying. When the power goes out, what's the one function that's kind of difficult to do? Brass prep, brass prep, brass prep. What's the most important step in the game of reloading? Gas prep, brass prep, brass prep, brass prep, right? Okay. EMAG gets it, Lev gets it, Tommy Boy already got some. RFCC 949 or RFCCW 949, 10-4, Del Pogue, 2 thumbs up. Mike Mink, loud and clear. Timothy Burkett, 10-4. Yeah. Kenneth, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Timothy Burkett, 10-4. Yeah, I agree with you on that, Tread. I do. But one thing I have the ability to do is reload in a low light condition. I've already tried it, set it up. I'm good to go. you know, a minuscule candle, 4 feet both sides, I can reload. Okay. Um, and so be ready. Be ready. Um, that's all I'm going to tell you. And you guys all thought that my channel was here to help you reload. No, no. It goes a lot further. And I think people in the world are waking up. If you stay ready, you ain't got to be ready. 10-4 on that. And you know what? Enjoy life. Enjoy life, you know. So someone someone on Facebook said um, uh, a certain terrorist organization had our names on their list, and I said that's okay because their name's on my list too. I have a list too, so stand strong, America. That rifle behind every blade of grass. Their plan is on that rifle behind every blade of grass is to weaken the mind of that individual through social media, through news complex, through all sorts of media. And what they want to do is dilute the mind through the news, pornography, and immorality. And what they hope to find is an empty field of guns leaning on, you know, every blade of grass. After all, if you're going to invade a country that has a rifle behind every blade of grass, how do you overcome it? You overcome the person that's behind the rifle. That's what they want. Men, don't leave your command post. Don't watch the world. Don't let your mind turn to shell. The weapon isn't leaning on the blade of grass. The weapon's here. And the enemy, who is a multi-enemy, multi-facet, multi-thinking, multi-moving, they want your weapon. Don't give it up, right? How are wars won? With this. And the war starts before it really ever got rolling. Remember, don't trust the media, right? What did I say? 2013 on this very channel, I told my viewers, when the government puts something in this pocket, you close all your other ones because they're doing something in one of your other pockets. We have to be wise, right? Your government does no favors for you. None. You don't owe your government because you've already paid it. And you don't owe for your freedoms. It was already paid. And you don't owe anyone your belief in the good Lord Jesus Christ because the blood was already paid. Stand strong, stand smart, stand wise. And enjoy life. That's what I do. Right? Or, okay. Hang on. I got a text that just rolled through. And it's from, ooh, nice. Mr. Pogue just sent me a nice little picture of what he scored on at the range. What caliber is that? What caliber are those? So I'm going to show you guys, and I want to ask you this. So, 2 weeks ago over at Sportsman's, they had a lot of powder, a lot of primers. I went over there 2 nights ago. All this up here, they just put on the shelf. It was just some other product. But over here, all those is just whatever primers they had left, but they had no powder. Are you guys seeing an increase in component availability or a decrease? What are you seeing? I want to know. So I would say what Tommy Boy just said is pretty much the money. That's what I feel like right there. Amen, Lev. Amen. I love you, brother. Woo-hoo-hoo. I might be coming up your way here shortly. If I do, I will let you know. We will be having lunch. RFCCW949 says decrease in primers. Okay, so you guys are all going to hate me. I've bought 16,000 primers in about 2 weeks, and I got them for the average of $60 a thousand, and now there's no more. We had a rash. We had a rash of primers just hitting our shelves everywhere, and I had a few places that were very reasonably priced, and now their primers are gone and their powder's gone, and now the bullets are thinning. It's crazy. It's overnight, you know. And the awesome Viejo, he's seen more stuff available where he's at. We just had, it was just hitting the shelves everywhere. And so we were going nuts. We were buying and I got 1,000 large rifle primers in all those primers. So I got 1,000 large rifle primers and then 15,000 large pistol and small pistol. So I'm like, all right, man, I hit bank here. And now I couldn't find a primer if my life depended on it. In Bozeman, we finally started to get good stuff like Varget. I was at Al's in Boise last week, and they had primers out that were really. How much were their primers over there at Big Al's or at Al's? Tommy Boy, primers are gone here in Iowa, but powders are still good. Tread, name brand primers, or the foreign ones. Um, I got a lot of Fiocchi, but I got a lot of Federal and a lot of Winchester, a whole bunch of Winchester. Yeah, Viejo, that's so funny. Remember a couple of years ago when 41 mag ammo and components were more available uh, than other calibers? Not now. I wonder how much that has to do with my channel. Sometimes I wonder that, you know. I got I got my large rifle. I got large rifle magnums for $60. $60 for 1,000. They had two of them, but they wouldn't let me buy the second one. I'm sure I ruined the market for 41 mag. Way to go. Could be, you know. That's funny. Hey, I'll take. Why don't we switch it up? Let's switch it up to, I know, 45 Cowboy Special. It's none anyway. All right, guys. Awesome live stream. I'm going to go in, see what the missus is doing. Tomorrow's Friday. I'm having a new recliner delivered on Saturday, and then we have a new king size bed and box spring, and the whole works being delivered. And I got a really cool pillow that's going to be delivered that day too. So my nights are going to get much better. So that's what we'll be doing tomorrow night is rearranging rooms, but I'll have the Georgia boys on in the background. So I hope to see you over there. Rex, that's crazy. I'd be all over those at that price. Oh yeah, and we were. Dred's got a box of 44 special components. Nice. Okay, guys, here we go. So I want to thank everyone. You're just the best. Keep your eyes on Jesus. Stand firm in your freedoms. Always cast the right vote. Always do what's right. Never look down on someone unless you're looking back to help them up. You know, the world needs better men. That's what we need. And we need to be more like Walter. Yeah, that's what we need to be like. Okay. All right, guys. Okay. Let me talk about the giveaway. Acura Outdoors is going to give away a box of 500 bullets, your choice. It's going to be in 4 weeks, starting next week. Next week, I'll be starting on the Dillon XL650. I should be. If not, I'll be on the T7 turret because I still could be sizing cases here. But next week, we'll be doing 45 ACP. The next week, 45 ACP. We're going to have 4 weeks of 45 ACP. Every which way but loose, okay? And on the 4th week, we're going to give away a box of bullets, and Mike's throwing in 545 ACP brass. And rumor has it, they might want to have another giveaway. So stay tuned. Does that sound good? Oh, yeah. But Acura bullets are good to go. That is what I have these set up for. I love them. I'm all about their bullets. Oh. Right now, Acura has 380 bullets on sale, $25 for 500. Go. I don't shoot 380. Go. You shoot 380. They had an overrun of them, and they want to get them out of there. So $25 a box. Tommy boy, I picked up 3.5 gallon buckets of brass this last week. Not everybody realizes what's going on right now. That is dog cheap. I shared all those into all my Facebook groups, and everyone's going scam, scam, scam. One of my guys messaged me and said, thanks. I loaded those up. I shoot those out of my 9. And he said he bought it, his yearly supply. You know, I tried to hook them up. It's not a scam. Go buy it. You know. So, all right, guys. Here we go. We are out. 3, 2, 1. We'll see you guys on the next. And I might do a live stream this weekend. We'll see. Ah, Bamadad, you had to go there. I'm trying to close the show and you went there. Isn't 3D a splinter for that 45 that a 45 gets? I'm out of here. I am so out of here. Okay, guys, I love you. You're all my brothers, right? Hey, peace, brother. Peace. You know it. Emag, come back. Hey, send me an email. Ground zero, Z-E-R-O, ground zero reloading at gmail.com. Send me your phone number. I'll hit you back with a text. We'll say hi. It's just nice having contacts, right? 3, 2, 1. We'll see you guys next week. 380 a splinter. Oh my, I can't believe you went there, Bama. I can't believe it. I'm out.